So let's look together at some of these dog foods. Now, I also want to let everybody know, and I probably should have let everybody know in the beginning, but whatever. I didn't. I suck at this as far as that goes. Like the important thing for me, since there is a ridiculous amount of information available to us on the internet, and everybody and their grandmother, no shit, I'm not like being facetious, or it used to be a saying, it's not a saying anymore. Everybody has an opinion about what you should feed your dog and how much you should feed your dog, and does it matter what you feed your dog, and what does dog food really contain, and does it this, is it that, and what's better, and oh, do they get a percentage of it? Okay, that's the other thing you need to look at. Okay, when you're looking at, you have to look at the motive. I guess I want everybody to look at the motive of the, maybe not so much even the dog food company, because I feel like their motive is money, but I guess the motive of people like me, a creator on, some social media platform and peddling a certain product, and you get money from it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What I am saying is that when you get this information, whether it's from me or anybody else, you need to do your homework too. Don't just be like, oh, well, even though I said I'll save you time, but just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to do this because Maria said to do it, and blah, that's it. And some shit goes down. But I want you guys to just do a little bit of research, even just the sourcing of where their product's coming from. I think that's very important. And what you're paying for. What are you paying for? What are the ingredients you're paying for? What are the fillers? Because all of these foods that we're talking about, not except for Sundays, does not have fillers. And there are other ones that don't have fillers either, okay? But let's look at it now. I've delayed long enough with you guys. So here's Sundays. Okay. Okay, so here is the order. And it was $49.70 for 72 ounces, which is 4.5 pounds. And that basically works out to $11.04 a pound. I already figured it out with my higher math calculator on my cell phone. Okay. That's a lot of freaking money. We can't afford that. So we're not going to continue to get this, but I want to put him temporarily on a dry kibble because he is going to work for his dog food. Okay. He needs to work for his food. He's working for his treats, of course, but when there are behavior problems like this, he's got some weird stuff going on. Okay. And I know what it's from. I know it's because I'm here all the time. These are different things that I'm learning, not only about myself, but about him and what it's like for him to have people around all the time. He came with some separation anxiety, and he still has a little bit of separation anxiety. He really hasn't been left alone that much at all. I mean, we've left him alone a few times. He cries for a little while, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the crate. I've listened on and off. It breaks my heart when I look at the camera, but we've got things to do where he can't come with us. So that's just kind of the way it is. And but that's hard for him. It's hard for me emotionally. I mean, as a trainer, he's got to go through that separation. He needs to self-soothe, and he does, but he has those little minor, a low level separation anxiety. Okay. So in any case, I think with that, and with the fact that he's getting such high value rewards and such high value food, that it's like, where do I go from here with him? I'm not giving him steak. I mean, I might as well at this point. Sundays is $11 a pound. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that much money, but that's what I mean. Like, it's so expensive. The food is fucking expensive. Okay. There are also already prepared as far as gently cooked, like the farmer's dog or nom nom or spot and tango. Um, what else is there? There's fresh pet. We have fed fresh pet. Some people are like, oh, don't feed fresh pet, but it's, if you're in a pinch and you can do it, feed fresh pet. It's not horrible. I think that we are all trying to do our best now, but if you can afford fresh pet, maybe feed something that's a little bit less processed, because if you look at fresh pet, it is kind of like a roll of bologna, kind of, sort of. So I'm not crazy about that. It's got some veg that you can see, and rice. If you feed one with rice, there is a grain-free one, but that shit's expensive too. You've got to look at all the filters. Now, I forgot to pull this one site up, and I go here like all the time. Let's see. We've got, here we go. Okay. This website. Okay, I'm going to share this tab. Where'd it go? Let me add it. Ta-da! Dog Food Advisor. These guys have been around. This guy's been around forever. I feel like I've been on, I get the email when there's a recall alert. I feel like I've been on their email list for like years and years and years, like a long ass time. But what I like about them is that they have ratings of dog food, and they have different categories. You've got the best, and within the best, it's like there's going to be raw food, and they've got budget friendly, best dry, best wet, best fresh, da da da, on and on. Okay, then this is the best part. I think this is the most recent recall. Viva. It's a raw issue, and it's fucking salmonella and listeria. You know where that comes from. Let's just go here. Let's see what Viva is. Let's do this together. This is what I would do. If I was feeding my dog this, I would be like, holy shit. And why do they have salmonella and listeria? Listeria, like, that's a whole cooling issue of product. So what are they doing? Is this actually raw? Let's see. Oops. This pops up all the time, even though I'm a member, but whatever. I don't care. I think they do a great job. Okay. So the warehouse looks like they're in North Carolina. Samples from chunked chicken for dogs, and they have the lot number, were positive for salmonella, SPP, and samples of the recipe for puppies. That sucks, was positive for listeria. So listeria can affect animals who consume products as well as humans handling food. This is why you guys need to be clean also. However, this is because this is what I mean. They did not handle the food appropriately in their factory, period. That there is salmonella already present on eggshells, on chicken. It's just, where is that level going to go? How high is it going to be? If you just leave that chicken out, or your temperature is just a little bit too warm, just out of that range, guess what? The bacteria is going to grow. Listeria is going to grow. Salmonella is going to grow, okay? So that's what's happening. So that's a quality control issue. Now, you know what? Let's look up Viva and see what their food is like. Anyway, you guys should join Dog Food Advisor. So Viva dog food. All right, let's look up Viva dog food. I'm going to share this. Make sure we're sharing because I have a bad habit of not sharing when I say I'm sharing. And I'm not. All right. La la la. Let's see. Sundays comes up. Viva. Here it is. Okay. We're just going to go under dog. Okay. Is it all raw? Yeah, it's all raw. No hormones, whatever. Anyway, they're packaging this, right? They're processing it and they're packaging it in a factory. That's where these bacteria come from, okay? That's where the foodborne illness comes from, poor handling in the factory. And let's just see. Let's go beef. See what their ingredients are. Ingredients. Beef. Okay. Beef heart, beef bone, kidney, liver, chicken, carrots, all the veg. Okay, I'm not going to read out all of them. I don't like sunflower oil, but whatever. You can't have everything you want. I don't know what the measurements are in all this. As you get further down the ingredient list, things become, less available as far as amounts are concerned. Okay, and they have fish. Let's look at the chicken. Let's see what's in the chicken. So I love this, okay? We've got beef, we've got organs, we've got bone. These are, beef heart is a muscle, so, but kidney, liver, you've got veg. Ooh, 20% off your first order. Let's just see how much this is. So it is $7.75 a pound. Sold as two one pound packages. Okay, so you're going to pay $15.50, but that's 2 pounds. So $7.75 a pound. That's actually not bad. Let's see. That's ground. Let's see what chunked is. Is chunked any cheaper? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what their chicken is. I don't know. If I'm boring you guys, I am so sorry. Beef and turkey for puppies. Let's see. What do they have different in here? Is there more fat in here? Okay, they've got turkey with ground bone, beef heart, turkey heart, beef meat, beef liver, beef kidney, mussels, mussels right here. Of course, all the veg. We got some oyster meat, fish oil, shiitake mushrooms, etc. Let's look at the nutrition. Let's see what the fat content is and the protein. Let's see. Per ounce. Okay, so it is per ounce is 14.9%. Here we go. Here it is. Okay, so Viva Recipes for Puppies is formulated to meet the nutritional levels established by the AAFCO dog food nutrient profiles for growth and reproduction, including growth for large breed dogs 70 pounds or more. So what's interesting about this is sometimes there is a problem when you're feeding your puppies that are large breed, like Danes, say, regular puppy food, because there's so much protein in it and their growth plates are growing too fast. And then you wind up having joint problems with them, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I have not done a shit ton of research on that, but I want to see the packaging. It won't let me see the whole packaging. Anyway, I like that it is human grade ingredients. So, but this is $8 a pound. Beef and turkey. Let's look up just regular chicken. Let's see their chicken recipe. Chicken for dogs. Ground chunked. So chicken is cheaper. So it's $6.50. See, I would buy this. This I would buy. It's $6.50 a pound, and it has ground chicken. Wait, chicken with ground bone, chicken heart, chicken gizzard, chicken liver, all the veg, kelp, which is important, cod liver oil, wheatgrass, shiitake mushrooms, green mussels. So like I would get this. I would get this no problem because that is roughly, I'm probably paying more than this a pound. When all is said and done, with everything that I am putting into his food, I am pretty positive that I'm paying more per pound than like about that, or maybe a little bit more per pound. Plus, let's not mention again all the physical labor that goes into it. And I have help. So that is a whole other issue. But you guys get on Dog Food Advisor. We just looked at Viva. Yes, I said I would get it, even though it was just recalled. But here's the thing, I would get something that is priced that way. I probably wouldn't get that particular brand. I am thinking I maybe would lean towards a, oh, where is he? Dr. Billinghurst. This is the veterinarian that I studied with in, I think it was 98, 99, something like that. Barf diet, bones and raw food, or biological appropriate raw food, barf, basically. Okay, so let me go to his site and see. Okay, so here we go. So Dr. Billinghurst is from Australia, and that whole experience of that first ABDT conference I went to in Pennsylvania was life-changing for me and for the dogs that I owned at the time, or that I was their pet. That I don't like to say owned, you know what I mean? But like I was like, I adopted them, they adopted me. We were a family basically, right? So when I was already buying them dry food that I was researching and wanted it to be good quality, and so that was kind of really where I was at with them. And then when I went to this conference, I was like, holy crap. So again, that's when I started doing all the prepared food myself, because at that time I couldn't afford it. But the already prepared. I don't think he had his food out at that time either. But let's look at chicken. Chicken is usually most affordable. Let's see what all the different, we've got lamb, turkey, lamb and sea, lamb diet. Okay. And he breaks down what it's ideal for, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go into the chicken diet. It is for how many pounds? 125, $125, basically $126. Plus, I don't know what the shipping is. It's low sodium. Okay. 2 pounds. Okay, 12-pound case. Or, oh, you can get all these different ones. Okay, so they're all going to be 2-pound chubs. So you can get a 12-pound, 24, or 48-pound case. I am so curious. See, he talks here about the chicken diet, and we were talking about different diseases, right? Illnesses. So chicken in this case would be good for pets who are suffering with a liver or kidney disease problem. And let's see. I want to look at the prices. So okay, I want to look at pictures and the diet. I want to look at the ingredients. So let's see. Um, Meat Eater's Chub. Okay, this unique blend has bred larger litters and healthier puppies with a special blend of chicken and beef with the addition of vitamins and minerals. But this meat eater diet is not just breed specific. Our bulk packaging and larger production volume of our barf meat eater's diet allows us to sell this product at a competitive cost. I want to know what the ingredients are, though, don't you guys? So far, I'm not finding that on here, which is kind of like a bummer. Oh, new customer, 25% off. Okay. Let's see what the ingredients are. Chicken, finely ground chicken bones, chicken liver, egg, broccoli, celery, carrot, dehydrated alfalfa meal, ground flax, apple, pear, grapefruit, orange, salt, kelp, fish oil, potassium, chloride, calcium carbonate, garlic, monocalcium, dicalcium, phosphate, monooligosaccharide, alpha tocopherol acetate. Uh, I think that should be from or a form of natural vitamin E. Okay. Zinc oxide and manganese oxide. All right. So, yeah, so it's 10 something a pound. Okay, I would probably do this because that's a good price, right? And I kind of trust these guys way more. I don't know what's shipping though. Who knows? The next raw food I wanted to look at with you guys is Dr. Marty Goldstein. It's actually a dehydrated raw. Let's see. Yes, so Dr. Goldstein was actually my vet a long time ago when I lived up in New York. I took my animals to see him. Really good vet. Okay. Shit, I'm not sharing. Okay, am I sharing this now? Okay, here. So here, Dr. Marty. I mean, it's like $30 a pound, 16 ounces, or $60 if you don't join and create a pet profile. These are the ingredients: turkey, beef, salmon, duck, beef liver, turkey liver, turkey heart, flaxseed, sweet potato. No. Egg. Yes. Pea protein. No. Why? We don't need that. We don't need that. Yeah, it's freeze dried. It's not blasted with high heat, but you got some crap in there. And so my point is, for this price, don't have any of that crap in here. Okay, just don't. I don't know why. Why?